So like I've been trying to get my variable rate update video out all week. Keep getting unbelievably caught into things this week. Market a lot busier than I expected at this time of year after it really anemiacally slowed down. So anyway, I don't want you to go through the week and not get my thoughts here. So I wanted to speak about if the market takes a turn for it getting busier, which I'm seeing some cracks on that. I'm not making this prediction, and I don't think there's enough data to even go this way, and I think we are more likely to see rates decrease into the next the start of the new year. But what's a situation where rates could be, if rates are higher? I mean, I get really worried about the idea that people are talking to us going, like, hey, I can't afford it if my rate goes up. And remembering that people are stress test at a 5.25 interest rate, I just worry that, that this is a contrary opinion. First of all, we don't see a lot of folks that are telling us that they are making changes to their mortgage payment, named distress amortization or interest only. So people are just generally sucking it up from that perspective. I do think that the play is not to say, I think that you always need to make your mortgage as cheap as possible. I think that is our job as a mortgage broker, to look for opportunities for our clients to save interest and have opportunities like that. But I also don't think it's a wise idea for people to resist doing activity, whether that be buying other properties or getting into a home because interest rates are high. Getting used to payments that are higher is like not the worst scenario that people can think of right now. I'm not talking about 9-10%. I'm talking about this 5% mortgage. Like run your numbers. I think when I tell investors to buy properties, I say 7% is your number to use. Now, do I think the rates will be 7%? No, but I want to be comfortable with a margin of error. And this is, I think, something that becomes very lost on people when they think about removing the variable rate from the picture, and they say, what if I went fixed rate? If you have two schools of thought. If I think rates are low for a short period of time, then who cares? Variable is the better way, all I go. And fixed rate, it's not going to matter if fixed rates were higher right now. Variables could be better down the road. If I think that we're in an environment where rates are higher going forward, I do think then in that scenario that that we have to get used to the fact that that I need to be able to find a way to afford those 5% payments. And now is my opportunity, actually. If I really think a 5% interest rate would bury me and I can't adjust my income going higher, the market is still robust and maybe I need to downsize in houses. I'm not saying that to like freak you out or scare you. I'm saying this is your good opportunity to readjust yourself financially if that's a problem. I can't change the interest rates. And so when I think about people being worried about, should I lock in? There's a window, like a 5-year window on that. So if I lock in, maybe I have rates sold for 5 years, but like if I really think, and I actually don't think this is necessarily going to be the case, but if I do think that rates will be higher going forward, I need to adjust myself accordingly. To either increase my income, or I need to downsize in houses, or I need to do a number of things. I'm going to put together a few resources on ideas that I have for just increasing your income. The idea is not to necessarily, because I get so many calls going, what should I do with my mortgage? Well, you're in the right product. It just is not perfect. I don't love rates going up. It's not something I wish for people, but there's got to be other ways to do it. Maybe that idea is putting a suite in the house. Maybe the idea is taking out a roommate. Maybe the idea is, you renting out your house and buying a smaller property to live in. All these things are different ideas you could be thinking of. Anyway, if we can help with anything, let us know. We'll be back from the variable rate update. No Bank of Canada meeting until last week of October, so all things are moot for the time being. So don't worry about that. If I can help with anything, please reach out. Please do subscribe to this video if you can. We'd really appreciate that. We'll talk to you soon.